Coach, congratulations on making the Final Four. Does this surprise you that you're in the Final Four?
I'd have to say yes. 2 weeks, going back 2 weeks, yeah. I mean, I thought we could get in the tournament. I thought we had enough quality wins, and that's what the committee is looking at now. So I wasn't surprised we got in. I was happy we got in. I thought Dayton would be an even game, and we played really well. And then obviously we got helped a little bit when Middle Tennessee beat Michigan State, but I thought Middle Tennessee was pretty good, and we had a good win there. And then obviously a real good comeback against Gonzaga, and then a better comeback yesterday. Probably one of the best I've been a part of, if not the best I've been a part of, because Virginia up 14-15 in the second half. They don't lose those games. They're very controlled. They don't make a lot of mistakes. We forced them into like 6 turnovers, and we didn't make a turnover in the second half and shot 9 for 10 during one stretch of the second half. So I guess that's probably good enough to win most times.
Coach, how much did the comeback against Gonzaga help you in that locker room at halftime down 14?
We were in a desperate situation. We had played a horrendous first half. We really did. We just didn't do anything that we really wanted to do. We were tentative. We didn't drive. And you have to drive the ball against Virginia and I knew right away in the second half we started opening it up. We changed one thing. We just opened up the offense a little bit and drove. And we got into the one-on-one within about 8 minutes. So that was a big factor in the game. We went from shooting no foul shots to shooting 20-some foul shots. So that was a big factor in the game. And then our 2 freshmen made our 3 threes in the second half, and you don't expect that. You really don't expect that. Their 2 upper-class guys were like 1 for 8 from the 3 in the second half. So it was a great turnaround by these guys. They deserve a lot of credit. They won. They took over the game from a very good team who had beaten us up 3 straight times over the last couple of years, and took the game away.
Now, I'm curious, Coach. You unleash the zone press on them, and that gets you back into the game. Did you have that in your holster, or was that out of desperation? There's no way we win if I don't pull this out.
Well, that part's true, but we do practice it. We do have it. We beat Virginia Tech from 7 down with 1:22 to go this year, and obviously we forced 3 turnovers, although 1 didn't count against Gonzaga in the last minute or so of the game to win that game. So we've used it. I didn't think it would be that successful against Virginia because they handled the ball, and they did really beat the press. Where they had a problem, they walked, they lost the ball into the basket, and they missed a layup. And those 3 possessions were all we needed because we got 2 steals, so we got 5 possessions, and we scored on every one. So we went from 12 down to really 1 up because 3 of those shots were threes. So with just a very few possessions, remember, we only pressed for 4 minutes.
Right.
We were done pressing at the 5-minute mark because we had a lead, and I didn't want to keep pressing because they were getting to the basket. Sooner or later, they're going to make those layups. So the press worked for 4 minutes, and it was great. And then we got back to our defense, and we held them scoreless for 3 or 4 minutes after that.
Jim, is there a player that has surprised you in this run?
Our team has been balanced all year. Mike Benajay has been the leader, but Trevor Cooney, our other 5th-year senior, has been very steady. The 2 freshmen have really been good. They've been good all year. They were really good yesterday. I think they scored 29 or 30 of our points in the second half. And Tyler Roberson has come on. Frank Howard, our backup point guard. Dajuan Coleman. We're playing 7 guys. They're all making plays. Dajuan Coleman played about 8 minutes yesterday because we used our other lineup, but he had 5 rebounds in those 8 minutes, and was important. So all those guys, everybody's helped us. It's been a total team effort. I wish I could take credit for the win. I can't. They went out and they took it away, and Virginia's players made a couple mistakes, that they normally don't make. And, people are faulting Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett had them in the right set, the right situation. They got into the press breaker. They got to the basket, and they just didn't execute at the end. And we did. We were very fortunate. Fortunate.
I would think, Coach, we're talking with Jim Boeheim of the Final Four team, Syracuse, here on the Michael K. Show, that anytime you get to the Final Four, it's awfully sweet. Is it made sweeter this year because of the 9 games you had to sit out?
Well, I don't think it was just the 9 games. I mean, that was tough, but it's been the up and down nature of our season. We start out great, then we struggled, then we had a great stretch in the middle of the year where we won at Wake Forest and Duke and narrow loss at Virginia, and then we came home and won 4 straight games, which is hard to do in our conference. It's 5 straight, actually won 5 straight. That's hard to do in a conference. We said the conference was good, but now I think it's been proven that the conference is really good. And then we ended up, we lost some close games to really good teams. So it was an up and down year. And so when you then have success in the tournament, it's even more special than if you came into the tournament 26-4. Mm-hmm. Everybody would expect you to be winning. So it's always good for a coach when the expectations are low.